Well, hello, regular Drews.
Hi, everyone. Quick cold open here for a little announcement that we wanted to share with you before the episode actually starts.
Yes, we have more news, if you can believe it. This the beginning of this year has been so busy for us, but we are so excited to be able to let you guys know that we are doing a little refresh of our Patreon tiers. And also, we will be introducing new memberships on our website as an alternative to Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
We are still going to keep our Patreon there for y'all's support. We are so thankful for it throughout these years. That is still going to be over there, but we are now also going to be opening up these memberships on our website. So if you are not able to subscribe on Patreon or for whatever reason that is not what you want to do, you do now have the option to support us over on our website as well. Do you want to talk a little bit about the tiers themselves, Corey?
Yes, so we are actually introducing a brand new tier. Should we start with the new tier, I guess?
Sure. Yes, our new tier, Super Sleuth, will be at the $7 level. And we are creating this new tier because we actually have a brand new perk for you all. This is a new series that we will be creating called Regular Nancy Drew Watch, where Corey and I will be reacting to stuff. To start with, I will be kicking us off by reacting to the CW show episode by episode. We know that you guys have been wanting us to cover the CW show for forever. And so I have decided that I will, since I haven't seen it in its entirety, I will be doing that on our regular Nancy Drew Watch series. And yeah, going through with you guys to show you my raw, unfiltered reactions to it. So that will be live on our Super Sleuth tier on our Patreon and also on our website starting on May 11th. That's Monday. I know it's not our usual posting day, so we will make sure to post that on our Instagram as well so that you can be on the lookout for that. And we will also be keeping our other two tiers as usual. We will still have our Gifted Gumshoe tier and our regular Nancy tier. We will, however, be increasing the price of those just slightly. Our regular Nancy tier will go up to $3, and our Gifted Gumshoe tier is going up to $5. But for those of you who are currently already subscribed to us at those levels, fear not. You guys will be grandfathered in. You guys will not have that price increase. Only folks who come over new will see that reflected.
Mm-hmm. So yes, May 11th will also be the date that those Patreon tier price changes occur as well. So this last chance to get in at the lower price before those do increase, but just be aware that that is happening. And then we do have another announcement that does not pertain specifically to our members or our Patreon subscribers, just for everybody who listens who might be a fan of the CW show.
Yes, we are going to be having another new series called CW Chats. So to kind of go along with these reaction videos, we are going to be having a separate series where Corey and I rehash each episode after I've had a chance to watch it. Obviously, we have already covered season 1, episode 1 and 2 on the podcast previously. So we will be kicking off those CW Chats with season 1, episode 3. And that will be live on the Friday after May 11th, whatever date that is. What is that?
May 15th, I believe
May 15th.
It should be. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Both CW Chats and R&D Watch will be episodes that come out in the odd months. If you're already a Scoop Sesh subscriber, you'll know that those come out in even months. So Scoop Sesh will remain even months, and then R&D Watch and CW Chats will both take place in the odd months. So it'll be every other month that you'll get new ones of those.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for your support, for joining at any of our membership levels or any of our Patreon levels. It is so valuable to Corey and I in making this podcast. And so we are really excited to be able to deliver this new stuff to you guys and get going with both of these new series. And yeah, I guess, is there anything else?
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm personally very, very excited to talk more CW stuff, so I cannot wait for it. I'm counting down the seconds.
Yeah. So I guess then just on to the episode?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, aren't you a regular Nancy Drew?
I learned that from the Nancy Drew Detective.
Okay, go.
You think you can follow the clues and solve the case of the missing condiment, Nancy Drew?
Because I've read every Nancy Drew mystery ever written.
Nancy, please tell me you're joking.
Wow, you suck at this Nancy Drew stuff. You should get a new hobby.
My name is Carson Drew, and this is my assistant, Nancy.
Nancy Drew.
It's curtains for you, Miss Drew.
Nancy Drew strikes again.
A regular Nancy Drew.
Well, hello, regular Drews.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome back. This is episode 136, and we have some very, very exciting things to talk about today, namely Nancy Drew Vampire Slayer Part 1. But also, Corey, do you want to introduce our very special guest?
Yes, of course. We do have Doc Wyatt back with us today of Wandering Planet Toys. He's joined us before.
Hi, Becky and Corey. Thank you for having me back. I'm really excited to talk about Nancy Drew Vampire Slayer.
We're so glad to have you back.
We're so excited too. I remember after we aired our first podcast with you over The Magician's Secret that was just last fall. Everyone was like, oh my God, you have to have Doc on again. We love Doc. Please do more episodes with Doc. So
I'm so
after
happy to
that,
hear
when
that.
you...
Yes, everyone loves you.
Yeah. Right after you emailed us about Vampire Slayer, Nancy Drew Vampire Slayer, we're like, okay, perfect. Like, we have to do that. Like, that's the perfect opportunity to have him back on. So...
Oh, well, excellent. Well, I'm such a fan of the pod. I'm so happy to be back on. And I'm excited to talk about this absolutely wild piece of Nancy Drew history. Yes.
It is so wild. So Nancy Drew Vampire Slayer, it comes in parts 1 and 2 and 3, I guess, technically. I guess we'll talk about that. But this came out in 2010. It was written by Stefan Petrucca and Zepha ni Sarah Kinney. And the art is by Sho Morase. I don't know. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me for mispronouncing your name. Morase. Yeah, probably that.
What to say? Yeah.
Yeah. And I just have to say, you guys, I think this may be the best thing I've ever read.
It's phenomenal. Doc, I'm so glad you introduced us to this. This is actually Doc's idea to cover this book.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it too.
Doc, what did you think?
I loved it. I super enjoyed it. I have to say that I thought there would be more intricate mystery. And there was it wasn't that much of a mystery to put together, or very many characters or suspects in any way. But the fun of it, the character fun of it, is what makes it so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think unfortunately the only drawback with these graphic novels is just that they are so much shorter that the mystery itself has to be a little bit limited. So
yeah, I think that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we've only ever covered one other of these. It was
Global Warning.
Global Warning, but the sequel to Creature of Kapu Cave, the Her Interactive PC game. And yeah, we noted the same thing, that the mystery was pretty simple. But weirdly enough, I don't care at all. I'm absolutely not bothered at all by the simplicity of it. I just find it so charming, and then there's something about it. It just feels like exactly the right size and like exactly the right amount of like Nancy Drew content that I want. I can read it in one sitting. I'm so satisfied with it, and then I can just move on, you know what I mean? Yeah, I just think it's like a perfect piece, perfect bite of Nancy Drew. You know what I mean? Oh, bite. No pun intended. But yeah, so obviously this is heavily inspired by Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which is another one of Corey and Mai's deep abiding loves, is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So we're going to have to talk about that. We are devastated over here at the news that the Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot was canceled. I'm still in deep mourning. So this helped fill like a teeny tiny bit of that hole. And if you are a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, then and a Nancy Drew fan, this is the exact thing you need to read.
Mhm.
So
I
yeah.
have heard a rumor. I have a friend who works at the production company, and I have heard a
Ooh.
rumor, and this may be helpful to you in your mourning, in your state of mourning, that part of the reason it was canceled was it was bad. And
Oh.
that
Yeah.
they like, it wasn't just because there was a lot about like, oh well, like this conflict or that conflict, and Chloe Zhao this or that or whatever, but that actually it would not have been what you wanted. You would have been disappointed. And in fact,
Mm.
it clears the way for maybe a different reboot boot in future that might be a
Mm.
little more what fans are hoping for. So in a way, you may,
Yeah.
rather than, it may have been a bullet dodged, is what I'm
That's
hearing
good to know.
from inside
Mhm.
track.
Yeah.
Because
That's
rather
nice.
than well, but I'm trying to comfort you. I'm saying I'm saying I
No, I'm not being sarcastic. It is good. It's good that it would have been canceled if it was actually bad, because I'm sure I would have complained a lot if
Yeah.
came out and was really bad. I'd be so upset. I'd be so mad.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm still sad.
okay, fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. I bet it's going to happen. I'm going to call it now. I think a reboot is going to
Yeah.
happen. I think you'll
I
see
hope
an
so.
announcement within a year and a year and a half. You'll see an announcement.
A
Ooh.
year, you
That's
think?
soon.
A year to a year and a half.
Wow.
I think you'll see an announcement, and I bet you'll be watching the show within 3 years. This is my prediction.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, write it down.
Yes.
And then whenever it comes true, we have to all credit Doc.
Yes. Exactly.
Oh my gosh. So I can't remember the first time that I learned about this. I think Corey, you told me about this graphic novel. I
Maybe.
don't
Mhm.
know what I don't know when it was, but I do remember when you told me about this. My kind of that there was this Nancy Drew Vampire Slayer graphic novel, and then there was also the Hardy Boys and Zombies
Mhm.
one. I was kind of like, oh, really? Okay, all right, that's fine. But I have never been more pleasantly surprised
Mhm.
by something. I don't know why my instinct was that it was going to be heavily like supernatural
Mhm.
Mm,
in
hmm.
like a alternate universe kind of Nancy Drew,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's not that at all. And I've fallen victim so often to judging books by their cover. This is definitely one that I did judge by its cover,
Oh.
not this actual cover, but by the concept of it, right?
Mhm.
And I was just so pleasantly surprised by it. Did you guys have any kind of preconceived notions about it as you went into it, and how was that met for y'all?
I was just hoping that it was kind of a Buffy Twilight reference. How about you, Doc?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I kind of suspected it wasn't going to really, there was never good. Look, spoiler alert for a 15-year-old graphic novel. There's no actual vampire in it. But yeah, what I hoped for and got was that this would be a dialogue between Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Twilight, and that it definitely comes down on the Buffy the Vampire Slayer side and not on the Twilight
Mhm.
side. And
Yeah.
and so I appreciated that. I got what I wanted from that perspective. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, it's just so chock full of like so many great references like that to Buffy, to Twilight. This is also technically, I guess, would you call it a companion series, Corey, to the Girl Detective books?
Let's talk about the series itself real quick,
Yeah.
because there was, of course, the Girl Detective series, and then this author, Stefan Petruka, came out with his Girl Detective graphic novels. And then in 2010, that series ended and was replaced with what's called the New Case Files, which is this like mini series of graphic novels, which technically there's 5-ish in here if you want to
Oh.
include the Hardy Boys ones. So there's Vampire Slayer 1 and 2, which is the Nancy Drew ones, and then there's Crawling with Zombies, which is the Hardy Boys, and there's 2 of those. And then all 4 of those culminate in a 5th book, which is called Together with the Hardy Boys. So technically, like, both storylines merge in that
Oh.
3rd book. Although if you just
Mm.
wanted to do the Nancy Drew ones, you could just read all 3. Vampire Slayer Part 1 and 2, and then Together with the Hardy Boys, which is the 3rd one. So I haven't read either of the just Hardy Boys ones, the zombie ones, but I did read all 3 of these.
How would anyone know that if the book is just called Together with the Hardy Boys? Like, how would I be like, oh, wow, part 3 of Vampire Slayer is here? Like, what? I mean, I feel like that's poor marketing. Like, how
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
wouldn't
know to pick that
necessarily
up.
know.
Yeah. Well,
Also, the Hardy Boys one, all 3 of the Hardy Boys ones were written by Jerry Conway, so it's a different author. So the 2 Vampire Slayer ones was a different author than the 3rd Together with the Hardy Boys volume.
well, I'm guessing there was drama behind the scenes.
I'm curious, actually. There's actually a note that says that he stepped in when Stefan Petrucca was unavailable, is all it says. Just that unavailable was why.
Unavailable. Wow. We need to track.
Do
This
you have
is our
a
real life
burning
mystery.
question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are the clues we need to trace to be regular Nancy Drews. Like, we've got a mystery to solve and we need to figure it out.
We might have an opportunity to solve that mystery, Doc.
Well, I'm going to start emailing
No
old editors and see if I
spoilers
can dig
yet.
stuff up.
But
And Doc, you've read the first 2 parts, right? Vampire Slayer
Yes,
Part 1
so
and 2?
I read part 1 and 2, and I didn't even know about the existence of Together with the Hardy Boys. So
Yeah, we didn't even really realize until recently. And Becky, have you read all 3 or just
parts 1 and 2. I don't even know if I have the 3rd one. Oh no, I do. I do.
I
But
have
yeah,
read
I
all
only
3.
read parts 1 and 2.
it's cool that you
Yeah.
just have a cabinet right next to you. that you have a cabinet right next to you that
It's
contains your
where my,
entire collection.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
Oh wow, it's awesome! I love it.
it. Yeah.
That's great.
It's handy to have it like right there because then I can
Mhm.
just like reach over and grab the things
Yeah,
that I need.
I need
to
a
from it.
mystery cabinet. I'm going to do that. I'm much less organized. My books are just sort of in stacks around the house, and then if it's like,
Oh.
if I were looking to see if I have Together with the Hardy Boys, it would involve going to a series of different stacks and doing like this a bunch,
But that's part
Well,
of the
I
fun.
am much less organized when it comes to all of my other books. It's only my Nancy Drew books that have special pride of place, right, right all together, right there. But
That's fair.
But yeah. Do we want to talk about the art in this and the art style? Obviously, it's very anime, which is not something that I am a huge fan of or anything. And I do find it a little bit jarring to have Nancy Drew portrayed in this way. But I think overall, I think it's a great job. The only kind of quibble that I have with this particular volume is that Nancy's hair is all over the place.
Mhm.
And you guys know, all of you regular Drews know how obsessive I am about the way Nancy's hair looks. I don't know why. But her haircut and color change, it feels like, on every other page.
Yeah.
First of all, it's different on the cover. It's different in the first part of the book than it is in like the second part of the book. So it gives me like a little bit a little bit of whiplash. Like, she's definitely blonde in the first pages and then redheaded in the last pages.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it's really great. What do you guys think?
I love the look. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig the art style. I guess the biggest problem I had was, and this may seem dumb, but I feel like Ned and Gregor were the sort of two, I guess, sides of the love triangle, if you will. Though I suppose it's kind of more I mean, it's not a full love triangle, I guess, but the two sides of the love triangle are absolutely interchangeable to me. Like, their noses, the faces, like, it's like Ned and Gregor. Maybe that's the point, that they look alike. Is maybe the point is that, like, Nancy could easily fall for either of them because they are literally facially identical. But I mean, it's even the hair. It's just a matter. I guess Gregor has a kind of thing going on in the back of his head, but like most of the shots of them, if you just change the sort of color of hair slightly, like not even that much on the color palette, that they would be utterly interchangeable. Like flipping through the book, like it's hard for me to, if I just pick a male face, it's hard. Okay, Gregor or Ned? Okay, Gregor, because he's maybe a little paler, like that. It's all color. In the line art, I think you'd confuse the two.
I
Which
had the
might
same
have been the
problem.
point. That might have been the point. But I didn't like not being able to immediately tell the difference between Ned and Gregor, especially in scenes where they're in the same panel,
Yeah. Gregor definitely just looks like Ned turned into a vampire. Like that's
Yes,
very
which would be an
very
interesting
much the
story.
vibe.
But
Yeah.
if the entire
Vampire
football
Ned
team.
comes from the future to the past to try to get Nancy away from his past.
Oh my gosh. That would have been a real mystery.
So
yes.
I do have to say, so the cover does feel particularly iconic with Nancy holding the crossbow, like that's Buffy the Vampire Slayer, right? Like that's the cover. The cover is a Buffy cover.
It is. It's a fake out because it's not a real crossbow, but it is it's cool that they have the image. Yeah.
Oh, I love it so much. Oh my god.
I like that Gregor's upside down like he's a bat.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Nice symbology there.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 words?
Buffy.
Has to be one of the words.
Has to
obviously. My original thought for the 3 words was best thing ever. But no, yeah, you're right. Buffy's got to be one of them. And I do feel like this story relies really heavily on the miscommunication trope.
Yeah.
So I would say Buffy, miscommunications, and then I don't know. What do you guys think?
Because Deirdre is like actively trying to sabotage their relationship and very open about it. Like she just, Bess and George are like, "What are you doing?" She's like trying to break them up to get Ned for me. Like she's not a subtle manipulator. She's a manipulator, but not a subtle manipulator. So I would say manipulation. I'm going to say manipulation because I like that aspect of the story. My first thought for 3 words would have been
at the top.
Great vegetable juice, because as far as I could tell, that's just a pure fiction. Like I've never tasted great vegetable juice in my life. But there is some of this, like Nancy tastes it. She's like, "Oh, this is actually really good." And I thought, "Oh, imagine if that were real. Like if that were real life."
What's your recipe, dude? Like, pass it on, please.
Yeah, seriously. It's red, so it obviously has tomatoes. So what is it?
Okay, so our 3 words were Buffy, miscommunication. What was it?
And manipulation.
Okay.
Yes. Should we take a quick break before we get started on the summary here?
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, we are back. Okay, so shall I kick us off? Shall I get us started? Okay. Oh my god. I'm so excited because I feel like it starts off with the juiciest stuff. So we start our story with Nancy, Bess, and George headed to they don't say what it is right off the bat. They just kind of say it's a spooky movie. And they are all in costume. Bess is dressed as just like the most gorgeous, shimmery looking ghost that you've ever seen. George is dressed as a werewolf with a beard, everyone. We need to talk about that.
Yeah, we do.
And Nancy is basically dressed as Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like, that's just what it is. She's got a crossbow. She talks about she's dressed as a vampire slayer. Like the parallel, the unspoken thing there is that she's dressed as Buffy, which 100%. I love so much. Oh my god. Okay, but yes, let's talk about George and George's werewolf costume, because this is the most queer-coded thing I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
100%.
We just can't we can't get closer to George being trans or like, being male than literally having George wearing a beard. You know what I mean? Like, what's
Yeah.
It's so good. I love it.
They 100% knew what they were doing.
I also, because like when I looked, like when I first saw those panels with that character, I was like, oh, who is that?
Mm-hmm.
Who is that? And then obviously it says, oh, it's George. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
yes, finally. Yeah, so we love that representation over here at regular Nancy Drew. And so happy for George to be able to feel more like herself.
Well, I will say this: the movie they're going to see is obviously Twilight. I mean, it's maybe not literally Twilight because the costumes don't literally line up, but it is clear that they are going to see it, and it's clear that Nancy doesn't have much time for it. That they have both seen it so much that, in fact, they're going to a discount show because Bess and George have seen it so frequently that they're broke. They can only go to the discount show. Apparently, all the money they've has been spent in tickets in seeing this movie over and over again, right? And they don't name, they never say the title of the movie, but it is.
They do.
Oh, do they? Oh, what is it?
Daylight.
Daylight. I missed that. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. But Nancy's never seen it because she's apparently not had much time or interest in this. But Bess and George have seen this movie so much. What has Nancy been doing, I guess, in all that time? I guess solving mysteries while they were gone. But when they do eventually get there,
interested in it.
Yeah, even though when they do eventually get there, she's like, the real mystery to me is why anybody is super into this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, if Bess and George aren't the most relatable thing in this, because I think this came out in like 2010. Of course, the Twilight movies were, I think, like 2008 to like 2012, somewhere in there. That's what we were doing at the time. We were in the theaters watching Twilight over and over and over again.
Yes. And so Nancy is very much fulfilling the role of everyone who was very anti that at the time.
Yes.
If you guys lived that, if you know, you know. She was like, I'm not like other girls. You obviously can't see that, you guys. I just gestured. I did a hair flip. But yeah, so she's very much not a Twilight fan, although Bess and George are, which is hilarious. So sorry, Daylight. Get it right. So they're all dressed up. They're headed to this show, and they're taking a shortcut through a cemetery at night when they get chased by a vampire, or at least someone who is tall, dark, and fangy, according to the text. Nancy obviously doesn't think it's actually a vampire. She just assumes it's someone in a vampire costume going to the same premiere that they are, right? And then he ends up getting scared away, either by Nancy's fake crossbow or by Togo, who has come running after Nancy, which is the sweetest thing because apparently he sometimes like just tries to follow her when she leaves the house.
Yeah, and it's very obedient. Togo's very obedient
because
Nancy's like, Togo, go home. And they're in the middle of the cemetery. She's like, go home. He turns around and he runs off. And Nancy wonders if he's really going to go home, but she doesn't. She doesn't follow up in any way. She's just like, okay, he's got the run of Riverside, I guess.
No, couldn't be me.
Good boy.
Be me. If my dog followed me out into the world, I would be like, how did you get here? Immediately snatch them up. Run and be like, I have to go. My dog is loose.
Yeah, she seems to think that he just sometimes hangs out in the cemetery because at one point she's like, well, I'm lucky he's never brought any bones home. She seems to think that there is a non-zero possibility that Togo will bring human remains to the house at some point.
Yes.
Just another day in the life, right? Nancy Drew problems.
Nancy Drew problems.
She sends Togo home, and Bess and George head on to the movie. And at the movie, which, as we said, we learned is called Daylight, Nancy does think it's strange that the guy who was dressed as a vampire is not here. She doesn't see him anywhere in the audience. Also, she notices that in the back of the movie, which is apparently supposedly like a big event for Dialight fans, is clearly, I don't know, it reads very Midnight Showing to me, even though I know in the comic they talk about it being like the discounted Midnight Showing. To me it's like, no, this seems like the big the big premiere. So she thinks
Yeah.
it's weird that, like, you know, first of all, the guy who must obviously be a Dialight fan is not here in the audience if it's such a big deal. And also there's a woman sitting in the back in a cloak entirely alone. And she's like, it's weird to come to the movie alone, which I thought was a little bit presumptuous of Nancy.
Yeah.
Some people just don't, maybe they don't have any friends who like it, you know? I don't know, whatever. But George apparently has noticed this person as well, and George says that this same moviegoer has been here for all of the showings and sat in the same seat. And what's more, this person in the cloak seems to notice Nancy watching her throughout the movie and gets up to leave in the middle of it. Very strange behavior. Very strange behavior. Corey, you want to take us from here?
Oh, sure. So after the movie, we see Vampire Guy just waiting outside the theater for them. But he's actually just there to apologize. He says his name is Gregor Kofson, and he's actually new in town. He recently moved here, and he's moved into this spooky old estate. Which actually, I have to say, I love this because this is a reference to a previous graphic novel in the same series or by the same author. And they actually put a little asterisk next to the frame in the book. And it's like, see this book for more information. I was like, we need that in every single Nancy Drew book where we're referencing something else, just so I know exactly what we're referencing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has moved into this old estate, which I guess is referenced in another one of the books. It's actually called the Benson Estate, which I feel like is a Mildred Ward Benson homage.
Must be.
But he says he was actually running through the park earlier because he's very afraid of dogs. Sorry, my dog is barking. He offers to walk through the park when Ned and Deirdre show up. Deirdre is very interested in this guy, pretty much immediately tries to like start flirting with him. And he tells her that he shouldn't talk to strangers. Okay, weren't Nancy, Bess, and George strangers when you came up to them in the cemetery? But whatever. Deirdre says that, oh, Miss Nancy Pants detective over there. And Gregor's like, wait, hold on. Did you just say detective? That's very interesting. And he actually goes and asks Nancy to dinner with him, which Ned is overly jealous about. He asks her to dinner because he says he wants to tell her something. And then she's like, oh, no, I have a boyfriend. And Ned's actually standing right there and introduces himself. And he says to Ned, he's like, I would like to take your girlfriend out for dinner and a movie just so that we could talk about this.
Yeah.
Just like cold to his face. Can I take your girlfriend out? Can I go on a date with your girlfriend?
Is that a problem? I'll just ask you. Dog, do you want to take our next part here?
Yeah, so Nancy's very overt. Like, I have a boyfriend. But the next morning, she's asleep, and Hannah Gruen comes in and is like, "Sorry, Nancy, I would have let you asleep, but I have to wake you up because you just got a delivery." And she's got like 3 dozen roses or something, right? Like 3 dozen romantic red roses have been delivered, and Hannah's like, "Oh, did you and Ned have a fight?" Like, Hannah thinks it's an apology, and Nancy says, like, "I don't think so," which is really an interesting response. Like, I don't, because there is the theme running through the story where she's like, "I'm a good detective, but I'm not good at people's feelings, and I'm not good at Ned's feelings, and I don't always know how he's feeling." Even though it's like how he's feeling is he's mad that you're going on a series of dates with the handsome dude, but whatever. I mean, it feels like maybe she could have access to those emotions with pretty easily. But anyway, Hannah says, "Did you guys have a fight?" And Nancy's like, "I don't think we did." And then when she opens the letter, it's actually from Gregor, and he has sent her 3 dozen platonic red roses in order to invite her to a non-date coffee at dusk. And Nancy is like, well, I'm not into him, but then she goes, right? And this is she like it's a little bit unclear what they're actually saying or doing at these it becomes a series of dates where this coffee kicks off a series of I guess non-date dates where they stroll together and have long walks and have dinners and spend a lot of time together,
with Gregor frequently touching Nancy's hand, by the way. Like always kind of
yes,
reaching for Nancy's hands.
he, he's making contact, he's touching elbows and things like that, and Nancy ostensibly is doing it because I mean ladies, we're gonna have to talk about this. I think the subtext is she's into him, like
Absolutely.
there's nothing in the text, like she's always like, this isn't a date, I have a boyfriend, Ned has nothing to be jealous about. There's no text that in any way indicates it. But why is she keeping going? Like the idea is like, well, he's got a mystery. I'm a detective. He's got a mystery, but he needs to trust me before he tells me what his mystery is. And so I'm investing a lot of time and energy in this relationship in order to really get him to trust me so I can get him to tell me the mystery that he wants me to investigate. But I don't know what they're talking about. Like what they're like apparent, because the mystery winds up when we eventually get the mystery, it involves his entire back. She can't know anything about him at this stage because anything he said would be about the mystery, right? Like he can't be like, well, I'm from,
He can't say what he
was
does.
adopted and yeah, he can't say none of the information. It's all mystery, right? So who knows what they're actually doing or saying? The only subtext I can find is she's got to be into him, and she's lying to us, the reader. She's lying to Bess and George. She's lying to Ned. She wants to be with Gregor. That's what I'm reading. You know, you can disagree, but that's how I'm seeing it.
If the Nancy of any other series is any indication, this is only the second kind of book in this universe that Corey and I have read. But if like the Nancy Drew of the PC games or the mystery stories or the files is of any indication, Nancy is way more blunt. And if she actually did have a question or was actually interested in the mystery surrounding this guy, as she says she is, she would just ask him. She would force the point. She would absolutely be more upfront about it. And instead, yes, they go on like at least five dates. And she's just like, oh, I'm just waiting for him to trust me and to open up. What? Like, yeah, I'm so with you, dog.
No,
she has to be
ridiculous. She's lying to herself. She's into him, and it affects everyone around them. So like Ned goes into this sort of depressive spiral about it, but he's like, I'm sure she won't do anything. I'm sure it's good. I'm sure I have nothing to worry about. He totally has everything to worry about because a rich, handsome man who looks exactly identical to him and has his own face is courting his girlfriend. And then it affects Bess and George because Bess and George are like, all right, I've got a theory. Why is she spending so much time with him? It's clear that he's a vampire and she's in his vampire thrall. She's like hypnotized to it. So it is evidence of vampirism to Bess and George. And then Dee Dee sees all this and she makes bank. She is just like, she arranges to bring Ned to the coffee shop where they're having coffee, and it's like, look, Nancy's here with Gregor. And like she's and everyone knows what she's doing, and she's open about what she's doing. She's like, that's right, Ned. Like, well, guess you should be with me instead. It is wild. She tried to get with Gregor too, but
I have never more wanted to be a citizen of River Heights than I have in like this story. Like, first of all, I want to experience Daylight. I want to know what Daylight's all about. I want to be going to these midnight showings of Daylight, but also I want to be a fly on the wall in, while all this is going on, where Nancy Drew, famous teen detective, is just openly cheating on her long-term steady boyfriend in front of God and the rest of River Heights to see. Because can you imagine the gossip
you-
that's going on in small town River Heights right now? Can you imagine everyone being like, oh my God, did you see what Nancy has been doing?
Yeah, there's like everyone at Blackstone Manor is talking about it. I'm sure it's the
Yeah.
only thing they can talk about. Everyone at the country club,
Yes, the country club.
everyone up at Lilac Inn, everyone in the lobby of Lilac Inn is like, "Did you hear? Like a short canoe ride away, Nancy is on a lot of dates with this vampire guy."
Mhm.
She says it's a mystery, but I don't know.
Yeah, I've solved that mystery, honey. Anyway, they're on one of these dates when Bess and George are like, okay, well, they're busy. Like, Bess and George know they're on a date. So Bess and George are like, look, he's a vampire. He's hypnotized Nancy. We're going to break into his place. We're going to find proof he's a vampire. And then I don't know what the step, well, they bring a stake and a hammer. So I guess a mallet and a wooden stake. So I guess their straight up plan, Bess's straight up plan seems to be to murder Gregor in front of Nancy. Like she doesn't say that's what her plan is, but based on how she's packing, that it seems to be what she's at least prepared for that as a backup.
I didn't even notice that. I didn't even think about that. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Corey, are you okay?
This is killing me. That's so funny.
But yeah, what's the plan there? Like, because they know Gregor's not even there. So like, yeah, like the plan has to be that he's going to come home and they're going to have found this evidence, something in his house, and they're going to save Nancy by murdering Gregor.
So in Nosferatu, the plan is to get the plan in Nosferatu is to get the vampire out of his house and then go to the vampire's house, find his coffin, because there's like earth from Transylvanian earth, and if you destroy the coffin or the earth or something, then the vampire can't come home and rest or something. So I don't, this is complete transference. This is just borrowing a section from Nosferatu, but maybe their plan is to find his coffin and get ready of it so that he can't rest.
Yeah, maybe.
But they don't say that, certainly. I'm making that up based on the end of Nosferatu.
Yeah, or just vampire lore in general. Speaking of Nosferatu, though, have you guys seen that? The reboot, the remake, the Lily Rose Depp?
I did.
One. Amazing.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I saw it on a plane, which was a bad place to see it because of the people around me.
Oh.
Yeah, like, what is this guy in the middle row
freaky.
watching? It was not a good situation. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So they're trying to break into Gregor's house. They're being sneaky, trying to make sure that like no one sees them breaking in, but the girl in the cloak from the movie is like standing outside of his house just openly watching them like go inside. And inside of the house, they find number 1, blackout curtains on every window. Number 2, a fridge full of blood. And then number 3, a coffin just right out in the open. So, okay, confirmation, right? Gregor has to be an actual vampire.
Clearly a vampire. Clearly.
Clearly. Like, all signs point to, there's no way he's not. Why would all of these things be here if he wasn't a vampire, right? Well, unfortunately, while they are inside of his house, Nancy and Gregor show up. And so they have to hide really quickly. But then, when Gregor comes in, he gets himself just a little drink of this red liquid from the fridge. Turns out, he says it's a tomato-based vegetable juice that he makes himself. And he even offers it to Nancy, who drinks it and is like, oh yeah, this is great. Okay, so not blood.
Great.
Not blood unless, here's my alternate theory, unless Nancy is actually so enthralled that she just believes everything he says, and he's just now gotten her to drink some blood.
Gosh.
This is what I was thinking, hoping.
You just blew my mind. You blew my mind. It never occurred to me that you could read this entire book as he is a vampire, Nancy is enthralled, and then by the end he manages to enthrall everyone to believe his bunk story about good vegetable juice, which is an obvious lie.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Well, because, I mean, who only drinks vegetable juice? Anyway, So
Nancy's
Well,
already
that's the
been
other thing,
turned.
right? Like they've been on a series of dinner dates. They have been to
yes,
nice
Yeah.
restaurants. They have been to cafes. Then he reveals he's got a unique genetic disorder or disease or something. And for that reason, the only thing he can ever eat is vegetable juice. And that also explains why it tastes so good, because if it's the only thing you can eat, you get really good at making it. But
Mhm.
what has he been eating this whole time? Has
has
this
he just
just been
not
a
been eating at
weird
all?
series of dates? Yeah, where Nancy is sitting eating a steak and Gregor's just watching her or like
Oh my
smelling her
god.
steak. Oh, it smells good. Chew it. Like chew it slowly. I want to watch you chew it. Like what has been happening on these dates?
Oh my god.
Ew.
Oh, you're so right. How creepy. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so he explains to Nancy that he has a condition called, and here we go. I'm gonna attempt it, you guys. Erythropoietic porphyria.
Better than I could have said.
Okay. Which means that
Is
he
this real,
basically,
by the way?
I think
Did
so.
we Google it?
Hold on, I didn't actually
Poetic
Google it.
is
Hold on.
like is because poetic, the poetic part makes me think, oh well.
No. Well, no, yes. It's protoporphyria. Yeah, a rare genetic disorder characterized by severe acute skin pain and burning upon exposure to sunlight. Yes.
Jeez. Okay, so it's real.
Involves strict light avoidance for management. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, so this means he can't be out in the sun. And apparently, so that's why he has all these blackout curtains on his windows, right? And then when Nancy's like, well, what about the coffin? That's super weird. Why do you have a coffin in your living room? He's like, oh, right, the owner of this house, which by the way, Nancy knows because of this other mystery that they referenced, which
Previous,
I think
she's
is called,
been apparently locked in there
yes,
before. Yeah.
in Sleight of Dan, which is what that that comic was called. This house used to belong to like a stage magician, and so this was one of his props that he left behind. Apparently, he left behind a ton of props. He left behind this coffin prop.
Why you wouldn't move
So
it? I
It
don't
came with the
know.
house. What are you gonna
Yeah.
do? Yeah.
yeah, I just think this is the funniest thing.
It is either that coffin was in the living room before, and Nancy Drew, one of the world's greatest detectives, didn't notice
Forgot.
it when she was in the room before,
Yeah.
or alternatively, that he got left in a closet and forgotten, and
And he brought
the
it out.
vampire found it and was like, "This should be my coffee table," and brought it out. So either Nancy somehow missed it the first time, or Gregor has, and then he tries to play it off like, oh yeah, it got left here by the previous owner. I mean, I made it into my coffee table, but yeah, but it was the owner, right? Like, there's also, by the way,
Yep.
ropes at one point. Oh, it might have been in
Yep.
book 2, actually. This might be a spoiler, but like at one point they need to tie somebody up, and he's like, "Don't worry, there's ropes. I got plenty of ropes." The old magician left behind ropes.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like this magician who lived here previously maybe had to leave River Heights in quite a hurry. Seemed to have left a lot behind. Really want to know what the story there is. Maybe we need to read Sleight of
We got to
Dan
read
see.
that book.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But so apparently this condition of his isn't actually his big secret. That's not what he's been like leading up this whole time to tell Nancy. It's actually that he has a stalker. There is someone out there in the world who is convinced that he is an actual vampire. Who on earth would ever believe that? And this person keeps sending him threatening messages, like saying they're gonna like track him down and kill him. And this is what causes him to move so frequently. Like that was like another red flag that Bess and George had discovered about him, that like he never stayed in like one place for longer than a year, and so clearly he's evil, right? And so, but that's why he's been moving, is because the stalker keeps tracking him down and learning his location, and so he has kind of been on the run. So his solution to this at this point, I guess, was to rent this big spooky house and riddle it with booby traps, with all of these props that the magician has left behind. So he tells us that, and then of course that's what he wants Nancy's help with. He wants Nancy to help him find the stalker, track down the stalker, so he can stop running. Oi, oi, oi.
Which that is the great missing scene of this book, is because I guess maybe it would be a prequel that maybe I'll try to write. I'll call the Paper Cuts people and see if they'll let me write a prequel to it. But it's the moment when Gregor rents his new house, goes in, finds coffins, finds a lion cage, finds like all, and is like, I know what I need to do, and starts building traps like he's Fred from Scooby-Doo. Because that
Yeah.
Home Alone
lion cage
style.
is why, like, who rents a house, finds a lion cage, and is like, I know what I could do. I could turn it into an intruder trap.
Well, someone who has a stalker, I
don't know.
guess.
That guy. Yeah, I guess if you have a stalker. Can we also talk about how, well, I guess we should wait until we reveal who the stalker is, because the stalker has some questionable stalking plans in my mind. But yeah.
Should we take a little break right here, Corey?
Yeah, let's do it. And we're back. Meanwhile, Ned, Bess, and George are hiding behind one of the blackout curtains, hoping they don't get caught. And Ned is super fed up at this point, and he actually tries to leave, but gets caught by one of the booby traps. The giant lion cage just falls from the ceiling and traps him underneath it. George tries to go help him or whatever, and she actually gets like strung up by a rope. She, like, I guess trips on it or something. It just strings her up by the feet, so she's just dangling there. And then Bess is also, she gets out her stake and her hammer or whatever it is, and she's like, okay, this is my chance. I'm going to sneak up on Gregor. I'm going to save Nancy. And then she falls through a trapdoor. So everybody's out of commission at this point, and Gregor actually gets an alert that all of his alarm systems have been tripped by these traps that have been set off. So he goes to check them, and this is, of course, when they find Bess, George, and Ned there. And Gregor's like, what the heck, Nancy? I trusted you, and you had all your friends break in here and try to spy on me. And Nancy gets really annoyed, and she's like, no, I didn't invite them here. They came of their own volition. And she gets really annoyed with them and tells them that they have to leave. And she asks Gregor for a second chance. Yeah.
Wild.
It's like, I know you guys came here to help me. Get out. I need to be alone with Creepy.
In what universe?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
In what universe is Nancy just saying, sorry guys, you messed up. Get out of here.
Mhm.
Leave me and my new boyfriend alone.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, they call her on it. They're like, Nancy, you break into places all the time. How can you be so mad at us for breaking in? She's like, I break into criminals' houses, not like vampire houses. Like, she makes a real bright line between those kinds of
Yeah.
break-ins and gets real mad.
Mm-hmm.
But and it is the moment where where like as Nancy is kicking them out, Ned looks back and sees this look on Gregor's face that's like,
Yes.
gotcha. You know what I mean? It's it's drawn really, really smirky, like really like good. And
He is so
it is
smug.
the one crap. It goes to, yeah, it is smug. It goes to Becky's theory that he's a real vampire. Like, that part of it never gets fully explained, I feel like. Because he does look like, I got you and I'm winning. And Ned, I think, is justified.
Oh yeah, Gregor knows exactly what he's doing here.
It's
that
face.
smirk.
That one right there.
Mhm.
I'm going to put this
look
on
at
our
that.
Instagram so you guys can see this.
Yeah.
Just that.
Just, I know what's going on here, and I know I'm about to steal your girlfriend from you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Comes Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Yeah. So he's just smirking, and he tries to tell Ned, like, don't worry, Ned, we're just friends. Nancy, and like, you have nothing to worry about with Nancy and I, right, Nancy? And Nancy's like, yeah, we're totally just friends. Like, we were totally here to just talk alone. And this is where, she's like, okay, if you guys want me to trust you, you have to go. And then she kicks them out.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Doc, you want to take our ending here?
Yeah, you bet. So, leading up to the cliffhanger of the first part, Bess, George, and Ned leave. And then as they're leaving, we see the cloaked girl, the mystery girl from the back of the theater, the girl who was watching Bess and George, is sneaking into the house, at which point she apparently is worse at sneaking in than Nancy Besson George is because she bumbles something. Alarms go off, and the house goes into full lockdown mode. Just like, I don't know if this is something the magician left behind.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
something
know.
that Gregor installed and claims the magician left behind, and like just the whole house goes into full military lockdown. And Nancy's inside the house with Gregor. She's like, "What is this?" And she's like, "Oh, it's like my panic room thing. It means that we are like it's a security thing." Which, by the way, the cloaked woman is inside the house, so this security
Right.
measure locked them in with an assassin. And that
Yeah.
seemed like a good idea. I mean, like it happened because she was inside. Like she tripped an alarm inside and the
Mhm.
doors locked down on the outside, which this is the worst security system. Whatever Gregor paid for this, it was really a bad idea. They should really
Mhm.
be triggered by something outside, but whatever. Anyway, now Nancy is locked inside with Gregor, which I'm sure he likes, and she sort of secretly does too.
Uh-huh.
But the bad news is that they're locked inside with an assassin because when the cloaked woman reveals herself, she screams. She calls Gregor a vampire, says that his blood-sucking days are over, and that she's here to destroy him. And that sort of is our compelling cliffhanger for the end of part 1.
Yeah.
So we know that an assassin is in the house, locked down with Nancy. And by the way, mystery, I guess, solved. That was the
He's not a
mystery. The mystery
vampire.
was I've got needed. Yeah, it took her somewhere between 5 to 8 dates to tell her the mystery. The mystery
Mhm.
is I have a stalker. 2 minutes later, the stalker shows up. Mystery solved. Nancy did a
Yeah.
great job solving the mystery.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now they're gonna die. So that's the sad part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were saying earlier, Corey, that like the first like part 1 is when they like is when you learn what the mystery is.
Uh-huh. Just to find out what's going on, you have to read part 1. Just to find out who the suspects are, you have to read part 2. And then
Yeah.
to find the solution to everything, you have to read part 3. So,
Yeah. Exactly.
There is a larger mystery
yes.
but it's in part 2 that reveals itself. But it is not the mystery that Gregor is trying to get her to solve. Well, I guess it is. I guess the idea. Okay, without I don't want to spoil part 2, but the
Do it, Doc.
identity of
Tell
the
us about
stalker,
part
I
2.
guess. Well, I don't want to. I want people to read it. I don't want to spoil it, but
That's
I
fair.
guess wildly he's like he never actually formulates fully what he's hiring Nancy to do, but he tells her the stalker story, and the implication is I want you to find the stalker and stop them, right? And then they find the
Mhm.
stalker immediately. But I guess who the mysterious stalker is not fully explored until part 2. But I
Mhm.
mean, the exploration of that is largely who are you, and then she says, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not a I don't feel like part 2 particularly added a whole lot to the mystery except for the identity of the stalker is really all
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
we kind of learn. So,
Yeah. And you
yeah.
learn that someone sent her. And
I
so that's what part 3 is about. They go to Romania to find out who sent the stalker to him. So there you go.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow.
Yeah,
See,
she
now
goes
I
with the
really
Hardy
need
Boys.
part
Yeah.
3.
You do need part 3. Yeah. I would recommend reading all 3. If you've
Yeah.
got the time, they're short enough to just kind of feel like one mystery. If you've got the time, just go ahead and do all 3. I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I will say also when you find out who the stalker is, her plans become once you focus on the identity of the stalker, the methods that she was using become really questionable because
Mhm.
Gregor mentions that before what usually happens is that he will get a text message. And the text
Yeah.
message will be like, I'm gonna come get you, I'm gonna come find you, and I'm gonna kill you. And then the stalker will find out where he is, and then he'll start getting weird messages and visits and stuff. But then you find out, and I don't think this is too much of a spoiler since given the ending of part 1, that her plan is to murder him. Her plan is
Right.
to kill the vampire, to destroy the vampire. Why you would text the vampire heads up when you're like, she's really bad at assassination, because she's like it isn't, if you're like a stalker who's terrorizing someone, you send texts because you want to make them afraid, right? But her plan is straight up to rid the world of vampires. Like, why is he getting texts ahead of time? She's like, well, now I'm just letting you know. Like, also, her plan to find him seems to largely revolve around going to every showing of Twilight in the area in hopes that he'll show up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's doing, but wherever he is, he's watching Twilight. And I'm going to go see him watch Twilight, and then I'll follow him home, and then I can kill him. Which
And
is
I'll send
crazy,
him a heads
because
up
the guy
text.
is leaving. Yeah, and I'll send him a heads up text on the way, because I don't want to be inconvenient for him. Like, the fact is, a rich guy shows up in town, buys the mansion of a criminal magician, hires contractors to install lockdown security measures, and her biggest way to find him is to go to the movies a bunch of times. Like, as opposed to like maybe walking around small town River Heights and saying, hey, is there anybody new? Like a pale guy who's super rich and might be buying a mansion. Like, I feel like there was more. She's not a girl detective. I'll say that much.
She's not a
She
good
might be a
stalker.
girl assassin, but she's not a girl detective.
She's got to up her game up. Like,
No.
I will say, is there irony too in like their situations being flipped? Like Nancy at the beginning of the story is in costume as a vampire slayer, and then our stalker shows up at the end who is an actual vampire slayer, and one of them is a good detective supposedly, and the other one is like not, and so
Yeah.
there's some weird parallels maybe between our assassin and Nancy too.
It's a
Oh my
good point. And I will also say that the like, I mean, no spoilers for part 2, but when they catch Ned, George, and Bess in those weird magician traps, like the lion cage and the rope trap and stuff, like Gregor comes in and he's like, "Oh, it's not my stalker, it's your friends, right?"
Yeah.
And he says like, "Oh, it's not my stalker."
How does he know?
Nancy, there's a line that's like, "Yeah, right. Maybe he
First
has
of
been
all.
followed around by Ned. Who knows?" Yeah, but no. When Nancy walks in, she's like, "It's not a stalker." Well, it's not your stalker. Like, the implication being she's viewing Ned as her stalker, which I think is completely unfair to Ned.
Oh my
Completely
God.
unfair, because Ned has been nothing but a gentleman. He gives her the space. He knows she's on 10 dates, and he like just is like, I'll walk around River Heights alone, like, while she's on these dates, so that she can have the space to get him to trust her with his mystery. And that's why Dee Dee thinks he's so vulnerable. I mean, she's not wrong. Dee Dee's knows the score.
Yeah, let's talk about Ned in this though, because I heard you say, Doc, that he is being a gentleman. And while yes, maybe like he is not forcing an issue with Nancy, he's being super passive aggressive and like really moody in a way that I don't know, maybe Nancy's into because she's into Gregor and he's pretty moody as well. But I find it super unattractive. I'm like, dude, just say what you mean. Tell Nancy you're jealous and you're upset that you don't want her going on these dates. Maybe she would respond if you were being a little bit more straightforward. It just seems like typical Ned to me. Typical Nancy in that she's running around on Ned, no surprises there, but typical Ned in that he can't help but let himself be treated like a doormat in every situation. He just does not know. He's too scared to lose Nancy to say anything to her.
It's 100% true. You're 100% right. Look, we somebody needs to get him a copy of the book. He's just not that into you, about Nancy. Like, Ned, she's just not that into you. You know what I mean? She just does. She's like, oh, I like Ned. I have a boyfriend. She doesn't spend time with him. She's not interested particularly in it. Like, this relationship's not going places.
It's sad because, like, I understand from Ned's perspective. Like, Nancy's amazing, and Nancy's super talented and beautiful and perfect and everything. So, like, if you could want a girlfriend, I mean, it would be Nancy Drew, presumably, right? Like, she's great. Like, of course he wants to hang on to her. But if he could just get a little bit more self-esteem, I think, inside of him, if he could do a little bit inner work, go to therapy or something, he could actually date someone who wants him, like
Deirdre.
Deirdre. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I want to spoil part 2 real bad right now.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, what else should we talk about?
That is true. Ned has options, and I don't know really what he's doing. Nancy's great, but I don't think the chemistry is right between them. There's no spark. There's no spark. Nancy, a few times Nancy will say, like, well, I'm great at solving mysteries, but I'm terrible at knowing how Ned feels. But she's not. She knows he feels she knows exactly how he feels. She just doesn't have time for it.
Yeah.
That's what she means. Is like, well, I've got time for mysteries, but I don't have time for Ned. I hope he understands.
Apparently plenty of time to wait around to figure out what Gregor is feeling and seeming, right? Like she's willing to wait 5 dates, not ask him a single question to get to what he's feeling, because she needs to respect his boundaries and everything. But when it comes to Ned,
to eat yeah, seriously. She's willing to eat alone 5 meals in front of him just to find out what he wants. I think it's not just poor Ned, it's poor Nancy, because Nancy seems to not realize that she needs a partner, not a
Lackey?
lapdog.
Yeah.
Like a minion or whatever, sidekick, and she needs a partner who's going to challenge her and who's going to be a part of her world, and that's not Ned.
So, Doc, do you have a particular Nancy ship that you are on?
No, I guess I don't. I mean, no. I feel like we've never had a character that I think is worthy of Nancy in any Nancy media that I've ever read or seen.
You're not a Francie shipper then?
No, not particularly.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of people, we just did our regular Nancy Drew census, and that's one of our questions is, are you team Ned, team Frank, whatever? And lots of people say, no, we ship Nancy in the mystery. Team Nancy can
single Nancy.
Be single and just do what it is she wants to do. So
yeah. I think that's the only conclusion. I mean, I guess I don't ship this. I do not ship this.
No.
I'm not saying I do. I think the closest thing is Dee Dee. Like she's smart, manipulative. She sees how things lie. She's like a little bit of a Moriarty to Nancy's Holmes.
Exactly.
Like if
that.
we could just push Dee Dee into crime, it could be a real Batman Catwoman thing. Like really electric. You know what I mean?
Oh my God!
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could totally see a Batman Catwoman dynamic for Nancy and Dee Dee that hasn't been yet done.
Well, we were just talking about, I don't remember when we were talking about this, Corey, but we were talking about how much we appreciate Deirdre's character. Oh, it's from False Impressions.
Where she's a foil of Nancy.
Yeah, because she seems like kind of the first real foil that ever gets introduced for Nancy's character. She is like truly like a foil in more of the traditional sense, in that she's like a moral opposition to
the anti-Nancy.
Right. Whereas we talked about in like the mystery stories, like the only foils kind of that we get for Nancy are Bess and George. It doesn't really fit, or Helen, if you want to go far back.
Well, I'll tell you this is what I would do if Simon and Schuster were to come to me and say, what do you want to do with Nancy Drew? Which they have never done as a writer.
Should.
I mean, obviously we do the action figures with them at Wandering Planet, but my day job as a writer, if I could do anything with Nancy Drew, I would develop, do you remember Gay Montreux? She was the villainous she's an actress and ex-con who is the perpetrator of Lilac Inn.
Mm-hmm.
So she's the one, she goes in
Oh, okay.
disguise as a waitress in Lilac Inn. She takes Nancy's identity and uses charge plates, and she then orchestrates everything. Eventually, she has Nancy Drew kidnapped in a submarine, in a
Yeah.
micro submarine. She is a fantastic villainess.
Yeah.
And I think she should have become the Moriarty of the series. Like, I feel like she
I
should
love
have
that.
been, like, she should have been back every third or fourth book.
Mm-hmm.
There should have been a book where where nobody knows who's pulling the strings, and then in the last chapter you find out it was gay the whole time.
Oh,
Like she should be Nancy's Moriarty, and she should be a recurring villainess. We don't really get recurring villains in that
No.
way.
no.
And so that's a problem because you can't build that, slowly develop the character and the relationship to really get that sort of Batman Joker, Holmes Moriarty, Luke Darth Vader kind of like
Yeah.
vibe
Mm-hmm.
that she could easily have been that. And it just never happened. So I would make that happen if I
That's
had the chance.
brilliant.
I would read that for
Yeah.
sure. Oh, that's
Absolutely,
amazing.
I would. Oh my god. Okay, is there anything else we want to talk about in particular about this? I'm trying to think.
I mean, do you allow that? Just looking at just part one,
Mhm.
do you allow that the vampires might be real?
Absolutely. In the Nancy Drew canon? Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for
Okay.
sure. For
Okay.
sure. Because I'm
'Cause
still on
Nancy
that
thinks
theory.
no.
Yeah, Nancy, obviously. I think it's so funny that vampires could be real and like supernatural stuff could be real in the world of Nancy Drew and River Heights, but Nancy never admits to it.
Yeah.
Nancy never believes it. So it's just all happening in the background. And she's just la-di-da. Oh, that was
Yeah.
weird. I don't know what that was, but it certainly wasn't a vampire. Like, I think that's so
It's
funny.
interesting because I was a big fan of Scooby. I'm a big fan of Scooby Doo, but I was, especially when I was a kid, I was really into it. And I have a sort of theory that I mean, I believe that Scooby Doo exists as an adaptation of Nancy Drew. Like that they made a sort of cartoon
Mm-hmm.
version of Nancy Drew, and that they added a dog, a talking dog, and a stoner dog owner.
Yeah.
But that it's basically that it's Ned is Frank, is Fred,
Fred.
Fred, I got my Frank and Fred, is
Mhm.
Fred, and then Velma and Daphne are sort of an amalgam of Nancy, Bess, and George in
Mm-hmm.
different ways,
Mhm.
and then add Scooby, right? And
Love
he's
it.
Had comedy
the
relief.
goofball,
Yeah,
yeah.
comedic relief.
And my smoking gun, this is just a theory, but my smoking gun for the theory is Haunted Showboat.
Yes!
Because
We've talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And so
Because the art is wild. Like the art on it, look, I'm like, oh, that's Nancy, Bess, and George.
Mm-hmm.
Like the
yeah.
three girls in it. I was like, what is this? Like, and why in a Scooby Doo episode do they have Nancy?
Because
Yeah,
there's a
that-
Scooby Doo Haunted Showboat episode.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
strong parallels between those two stories, although there's more large sandwiches in the Scooby Doo version, but
Right.
you know.
Naturally.
That's interesting because Scooby-Doo is the same way in the sense that it's always supposed to be something supernatural. It's a ghost, the ghost of Blackwood Hall, or it's it's supposed to be something supernatural. And then the end of Scooby-Doo, a classic Scooby-Doo, they always yank off the mask and it's actually the one person that they met early in the act. In act one, they met a character. Turns out in the third act, that's the villain. It's also the only suspect. There's the supernatural's never real. Eventually, in later Scooby-Doo media, they started making the supernatural, like the live action movie. There's real supernatural stuff that happens.
Yeah.
There's also a series they tried called the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, where he like breaks open a chest of ghosts and 13 ghosts escape, and then every episode they've got to catch one of the 13 ghosts, and so
Okay.
suddenly ghosts are real.
The
And
Witch's Ghost, Zombie
that's when-
Island.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I that's when I, as a kid, sort of lost track on Scooby-Doo. Like I felt like I watched plenty of stuff that had ghosts in it. I like ghost stories, but I always thought Scooby-Doo is the like he's the logician. He's like everything is real,
Mhm.
and that makes it different. And then when 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo came out, it was like, well, this is trash. This
No.
is ruining Scooby-Doo. I did not
I
like it
think
anymore.
too, they did something different with the animation style at that point as well in Scooby Doo, that it felt less real, which is weird to say. Like it was less gritty or
Yeah.
something,
Mm.
like less dark. It was brighter. I think the colors were brighter, and that was always really off-putting to me too. So like I'm totally with you, Doc. I felt the exact same way. I was always annoyed because I was like, well, then what mystery are they solving if it turns out
Mhm.
to just actually have been
It was just a real
supernatural
ghost.
all along?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that was a little bit. Although I watched every episode of it, and I really liked the cast. The
CW show?
CW Nancy Drew
Yeah.
show, exactly. Like it was like, oh, okay, they're just real. It's there's. I guess there's still mysteries because like, what does the ghost need, and how can
Yeah.
we help La Llorona move on, and who married like the bride,
Yeah.
the bride stuff, and the cliff, but yeah, I watched it. I enjoyed it. I especially enjoyed the cast, but a little bit it was like, but it's not really Nancy Drew, right? Because there's ghosts and stuff.
Well, it's funny that you bring that up, Doc, because actually, we are starting a new series where I watch and react to the Nancy Drew CW show.
Oh, really? Okay.
I have only ever seen most of the first season. I know like the big twist of the first season, but I stopped like after that because it wasn't actually the finale when they dropped that twist. And so after that I was kind of like, okay, it's supposed to be over now. Like why
Why is it still going?
Why is it still going? And then I didn't watch any of the other seasons after that. Corey, however,
so you never
has.
saw the Bobbsey twins, and
No.
you never saw Tom Swift.
I've seen
Tom
all
Swift.
of it. I love the Tom Swift
Swift
episode.
was great.
He was great.
He got his own show, and it tanked, which
It
sucks
did,
because he was awesome.
I loved that show. Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, so I haven't seen that, but so I will be watching every single episode and reacting to it and posting a reaction video for our patrons for that. And
well, I'm gonna be watching because count me. I'm be eagerly enjoying that.
And then we're also going to be posting a CW chat on our normal channel to talk through each episode. So we struggled for a really long time on how to cover that because I don't know if we kind of jump around in our podcast and we really like to do that. And I think we talked about this just recently that I think it helps our listeners kind of stay on board because if like you don't want to watch a particular episode or listen to a particular episode about a particular mystery or whatever, it's not going to be too long before there's going to be another one that you're interested in. But obviously with the CW show, you can't do that because
it has to be in order.
You can't jump around. Yeah, it's so linear. So so we're just gonna do a companion series with our normal.
Make it a companion series.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. I'll be there every week. I can't wait.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, more supernatural stuff. So
yeah.
Yeah, and I like that show. A lot of cool things happen in that show.
It's just different.
It's just always like a little bit like, well, but yeah.
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 Also, by the way, in favor of Scooby-Doo, there was a series a few years ago called Be Cool Scooby-Doo, which is around, I want to say 2016, 2018. And it's the best version of Scooby-Doo ever. It is better than classic. It's funny and smart and great.
Aww.
And went on for 2 or 3 seasons. It was really good.
Oh, good to know. I need to make a note of that. And find that.
Yes.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of that.
When you're done with the CW show, consider a companion series of Be Cool Scooby-Doo.
I love it. Regular Nancy Drew watches Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
That'd be great.
Yeah, Nancy Drew watches Scooby-Doo. I feel like it is fair to call Scooby-Doo an adaptation of Nancy Drew.
I love that.
I mean, maybe I'll do a paper on that to try to prove that.
Please do.
It's Doc's Nancy Drew thesis.
It's my thesis. Yes. The Nancy Drew origins of Scooby-Doo.
I love it.
Even Do and Drew sound kind of similar, and that's going to be one of my points.
I like
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Gosh. Well, Doc, Is there anything that you want to leave our listeners with? Anything you want to plug to tell them about? Or do you want to? Oh, we should do
Flashlight
a score
score.
first.
Yeah,
I
we should
always
score the
forget the
book.
flashlight score.
Sorry. Flashlight
Sorry,
score.
it's me.
Doc, do you want to give us your score first?
Yeah, you ladies start the flashlight score.
Okay. Oh, this is hard though.
Oh my god. Okay. It's so hard. I want to say 5. I want to say 5 flashlights so bad. Well, it's 1 to 5. 5 is our best. But I'm gonna give it like a no. I'm giving it a 5. I'm giving it a 5. I'm giving it 5 flashlights.
Wow.
I just think for what it is, like, I can't complain about any of it. I mean, we talked a little bit about how the mystery is a little bit simple, but it's such a short little graphic novel that, like, you can't, I mean, unless you were to really increase the length, which, like, you could, but, like, for this series it doesn't necessarily make sense to. I think it's perfect. No notes.
Yeah, I think that is my only issue with it, just that we didn't actually get to the mystery. We just find out what the mystery is and then it ends. So if they'd like edited it to where all 3 parts were just one story, or they had edited it to where maybe it was just 2 parts where you find out the mystery and then we have the Romania bit afterwards, that would have been fine. If it had just been a little bit longer and we'd gotten all the story aspects in there, I think it would be a 5 for me, but I'm going to give it a 4.25 just because some of those parts were missing. What about you, Doc?
All right, I'm going to be a little controversial, guys.
Okay.
All right, just I really enjoyed it. I love it. I recommend it to everyone. I'm going to go 3, and the reason is this is a mystery series, and there is barely a ghost of a mystery anywhere in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I further, and I know you give it a pass, Becky, because of length, but I'm going to tell you every Sherlock Holmes short story is short.
Mm-hmm.
Like doesn't get me a pass for me. It doesn't get a pass on the mystery because it's short. I mean, ostensibly every single one of these graphic novels is of a similar length.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not read them all, but I'm going to say some of them have mysteries in them. Look, I'm going to give that. I'm going to make that. I'm going to go 3. You know what? When I saw your face, because we record the podcast through the app and you see the camera. I saw your face, Becky, when I said 3, and so now I'm going to change it to 3.5 based on that reaction.
No, don't change it just for me.
But maybe I'm being too harsh. But I don't think it gets a pass for being short because
no, that's fine.
Okay, fair enough.
That's fine. Yeah.
I'm thinking of like The Big Lie and The Death of Nancy Drew, where they are technically 2 separate mysteries, but they connect. So it is truly a sequel to it. I thought that that's what this was going to be more like, that we would get a full mystery in part 1 and then part 2 would have like a connected mystery, but ultimately definitely a separate mystery. Where like Death of Nancy Drew and The Big Lie both have like 6 different chapters, and then it's just like one trade paperback where you get all 6 chapters in that. I feel like we could have just done 3 chapters. These each feel like a chapter length rather than a whole story for me. I don't know.
Fair enough. I think that's fair.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Oh
wow.
Well, yeah. But yes, sorry. Doc, do you want to leave our listeners with anything, any plugs, or what you've been up to, what Wandering Planet has been up to?
It's an exciting time at Wandering Planet if you're into supernatural investigators, because we just completed successfully a Kickstarter raise on a for Kolchak, the Night Stalker, great 70s TV show about a where supernatural is real and where there's a hard-bitten reporter who goes out on the trail of these vampires and other things. And so it was a fun old 70s TV show. It has never had action figures ever, and we were able to produce the first ever officially licensed Kolchak action figures. That Kickstarter is closed, so you can't contribute to it, but we will make we'll be able to make some of those available through Big Bag Toy Store, through other ways, since it's been successful. So yeah, thank you. Excited for Kolchak. Also, I am a writer and producer on the show Stranger Things Tales of 85, which is a animated spin-off from Stranger Things, the Netflix show. And that drops. I'm not sure when this recording drops, but Stranger Things: Tales of 85 comes out April 23rd. The first season is April 23rd.
Oh,
So
awesome.
it
Yeah,
might
so
be
this will come out
available
after.
now. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it'll be
Available
available
now on Netflix.
This is coming on May 8th. So
May 8th. Great. So run to Netflix, watch Tales of 85.
oh my gosh, I
That
will
sounds
add it to my
amazing.
list.
Yes.
That's
Congratulations.
so
You've
cool.
clearly been busy. Yeah, that's
Thank you
amazing.
so
Yeah.
much. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us on the podcast, Doc.
Yes, please come back.
Please
Absolutely.
come back again.
Anytime. I'm in.
Definitely when you write your thesis, come back for that because we definitely have to talk about it.
Well, I may do is I may put it together as a presentation and then see if Jen will let me do it at Nancy
it.
Drew convention.
Yes,
Do it.
Yeah.
Jen, you have to.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love
amazing.
that. That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, but the fun is not stopping over here, regular Drews. We are going to continue on with the Nancy Drew Paper Cuts graphic novels. We will be doing next up number 4, The Girl Who Wasn't There. And I just want to read the back of this really quick for everyone to get the little teaser. It says Nancy Drew in India. Leave it to Nancy Drew while getting technical support to fix her computer to befriend a girl. But when Nancy gets a call for help from her new friend Kalpana, one night, it's not for tech support. As soon as the line goes dead, Nancy is determined to solve this new mystery, even if it means traveling to India and risking the wrath of Sahadev, the crime lord, who wants to sacrifice Nancy to Kali. Will Nancy Drew find her friend, or will Nancy become the girl who wasn't there?
Ooh.
So
It sounds great.
Yeah, it does.
It sounds really. First of all, Becky, it sounds like it has a mystery in it.
Yeah.
But
fair
second
enough,
of all,
Doc.
if it gets this human sacrifice, that's always a good place.
Look at the cover of it.
It's
Do
wild.
you see these, like, I don't know, are those dogs or like animals
look
with
like
red
wolves or
glowing
something.
eyes?
Oh, wow.
It looks
Mhm.
really trippy. So yeah, I'm excited, and that is what we will be covering next time, regular Drews, and we hope that you will see us then.
Yep. See you then.
Thank you for listening to Regular Nancy Drew. If you like this episode, make sure to rate, review, and subscribe.
Email us at regularnancydrew@gmail.com.
You can also visit our website, regularnancydrew.com, and also follow us on Instagram at regularnancydrew.
You can also support us on Patreon. Patrons at the $3 level vote on upcoming episode topics and get exclusive access to our Scoop Sesh series.
And all patrons receive early access to each episode as well as weekly bonus content.
And to all you regular Drews out there, thanks for listening.